It starts with a familiar feeling, doesn't it? Your chest gets tight. Your mind starts racing, playing a highlight reel of 1,000 worst-case scenarios. That looming deadline, the unexpected bill, a sick loved one, the stability of your job, and all of this before anything has actually happened. Here's the crazy part. Your body doesn't know the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. The stress floods your system either way. We're living in a world of non-stop notifications, economic whiplash, and this relentless pressure to do more. It feels like a uniquely modern brand of chaos. But what if I told you this feeling isn't new at all? And that maybe the most powerful fix is over 2,000 years old? Think about it. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius ruled during a horrific plague and constant war. The philosopher Seneca faced down exile and was eventually ordered to end his own life by a tyrant. Epictetus was born a slave, his body crippled and his freedom non-existent. Their lives were filled with a level of chaos that makes our modern anxieties look almost manageable. And yet, they developed a practical, powerful toolkit for navigating it all with calm and resilience. That toolkit is Stoicism. The difference between them and us isn't the chaos we face, it's the framework they built to handle it. Today, we're unpacking 5 of their most powerful lessons. Think of this not as an abstract philosophy lecture, but as a practical roadmap to help you find unshakable calm right in the middle of your modern life. The first and most fundamental lesson of Stoicism is brutally simple. Know the difference between what you can control and what you can't. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. Think about what winds you up every day. The traffic is awful. Your boss is in a mood. The stock market is doing a nosedive. A friend bailed on your plans. These are all external events. According to the Stoics, wasting a single ounce of energy wishing these things were different is the root cause of our anxiety. As Epictetus said, some things are within our power, while others are not. So what's in our power? Our opinions, our choices, our actions, and our judgments. That's pretty much it. What's not in our power? Our reputation, our health, our bank account, and what other people do. Sure, we can influence those things, but we never have total command over them. The big Stoic insight is that real peace of mind comes from pouring all our energy into the one area we truly own, our choices and our responses. When Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." He wasn't just being philosophical. He was describing what modern psychology now calls cognitive reframing. So, how do we actually do this? Here's your first exercise. Tomorrow morning, grab a piece of paper or open a note on your phone. Make 2 columns, in my control and not in my control. In that second column, dump all your anxieties for the day. The tough meeting, your client's final decision, the fact that it's supposed to rain. Now, turn to the first column. What is in your control? How well you prepare for the meeting. How clearly you communicate. Your choice to grab an umbrella. Your mission is to pour every bit of your energy into that first column and consciously practice letting go of the second. This simple act shifts your entire mindset from powerless frustration to empowered action. All right, this next one is going to sound completely backward. Our culture is obsessed with positive thinking, right? We're told to visualize success and just banish every negative thought. Stoics? They did the exact opposite. They called it premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Now, this isn't about being a pessimist. It's a surprisingly effective psychological tool for building resilience and, weirdly enough, creating deep gratitude. Seneca advised that we should regularly and calmly imagine losing the things we value most. Seriously, imagine, just for a moment, that you've lost your job, that your most important relationship is over, that you're facing a sudden health crisis. The point isn't to make you anxious. The point is to do two things. First, it robs future problems of their shock value. As Seneca put it, the man who has anticipated the coming of troubles takes away their power when they arrive. If you've already mentally walked through a setback, you're way less likely to freeze up if it actually happens. You've already started thinking about how you'd respond. Second, and this is the magic part, it makes you intensely grateful for what you have right now. After imagining the loss of your health, the simple act of taking a deep breath feels like a gift. After picturing life without a loved one, your very next conversation with them is filled with a new kind of presence and appreciation. Here's your second exercise. Once a week, set aside just 5 minutes. Pick something you value, your job, your home, a relationship. Vividly imagine it's gone. Let yourself feel that initial sting. Then open your eyes and come back to the present moment. Acknowledge that the loss hasn't happened. Feel that wave of relief and gratitude wash over you. This practice is the perfect antidote to taking your life for granted. There's a Latin phrase the Stoics kept close to their hearts: Memento Mori. Remember that you must die. Again, this isn't meant to be depressing. It's meant to be clarifying. The simple, unavoidable fact that our time is limited is the ultimate tool for figuring out what actually matters. We procrastinate. We get sucked into petty arguments. We waste entire days on things that have zero importance. Why? Because on some level, we all act like we have forever. Memento Mori shatters that illusion. As Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." That one thought is a powerful filter. If this were your last day, would you be happy with how you spent it? Would you waste it arguing with a stranger on the internet? Would you obsess over what someone thinks of your outfit? Or would you focus on what's truly essential? Your character, your relationships, and your contribution to the world. Contemplating death doesn't make you morbid. It makes you alive. It cuts through the noise and clarifies your purpose like nothing else. For your third exercise, let's borrow a nightly habit from Seneca. Before you go to sleep, review your day by asking 3 questions. What did I do well today? What did I do poorly? And what can I do better tomorrow? This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about mindful self-improvement, guided by the quiet awareness that your days are numbered. It's a commitment to making each one count. When things go wrong, what's our first reaction? Usually it's frustration, anger, or just plain despair. We throw our hands up and ask, "Why me?" We see the obstacle as a roadblock, a cruel joke. The Stoics had a radical reframe for this: amor fati, a love of one's fate. Now, this doesn't mean you have to be happy about a tragedy. It means accepting what has happened as if you chose it, because fighting reality is the fastest way to make yourself miserable. Accepting it is the first step to doing something about it. Marcus Aurelius said it best: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." He also wrote that a blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it. Every obstacle, every setback, every unfair moment isn't just something to be endured. It's a chance to practice virtue. A difficult colleague is a chance to practice patience. An unexpected failure is a chance to practice resilience. A personal loss is a chance to practice courage. The obstacle isn't blocking the path. The obstacle is the path. Here's your fourth exercise. The next time you face a daily frustration, a traffic jam, a slow computer, a rude comment, try this. First, just accept it. Don't fight it. State the objective fact. The computer is running slowly. Then actively look for the opportunity inside of it. The traffic jam is an opportunity for a few moments of quiet, or to listen to that podcast you love. The failure is a chance to learn a lesson that will serve you for years. When you reframe challenges as training, you transform them from sources of stress into sources of strength. So what's the end goal of all this? Is it just to feel a little less anxious? For the Stoics, the goal was much, much higher. It was to live a life of virtue, to build an unshakable inner character. They focused on 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Wisdom is just the ability to see the world clearly as it really is. Justice is about treating others fairly and with kindness, even when they make it hard. Courage is facing your fears and doing the right thing. And temperance is about self-control, mastering your own impulses. Notice a pattern? All of these are internal. They are completely within your control. External success, money, and fame can all be ripped away from you in an instant. But your character, your commitment to being a good person, that is yours alone. That is the inner fortress that no amount of external chaos can ever touch. A Stoic aims to be successful, but not arrogant. They aim to face failure, but not with despair. Why? Because their self-worth isn't tied to what happens out there. It's tied to who they are in here. The focus is simply on being a good person and acting with integrity, no matter the result. This brings us to our final and maybe most important exercise. It's a simple set of questions. When you wake up, ask yourself, what good shall I do today? This sets your intention on virtuous action. Then, in the evening, as part of your daily review, ask, what good have I done? This creates accountability. When you start tracking your progress in small daily acts of courage, kindness, and self-control, you anchor your sense of self in the one thing that can never, ever be lost. That is the ultimate fix for anxiety. These 5 lessons aren't a one-and-done fix. They're a lifelong practice. Stoicism is a philosophy to be lived, not just something to be memorized. If these ideas hit home for you and you want to keep exploring practical philosophy for a better life, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's next. And I'm genuinely curious, which of these 5 lessons resonates with you the most right now? Let me know in the comments below. The modern world screams at us that peace of mind comes from getting what we want. The perfect job, the perfect relationship, the perfect life. The Stoics teach us the radical opposite. True, unshakable calm doesn't come from controlling the world around you. It comes from mastering the world inside you. By focusing on what you control, preparing for hardship, remembering you will die, turning every obstacle into an opportunity, and relentlessly pursuing a good character, you build an inner citadel that can withstand any storm. The stress and chaos of life will always be there, but they no longer have to disturb your inner peace. The fix has been here for 2,000 years. All we have to do is use it.